Welcome to the Mudhorn Clancast on the Fangirl Zone. I'm Steve.
I'm Beskar Dave.
And I'm Sean Fangirl S. And today we're talking about Chapter 3 of Season 1 of the Book of Boba Fett, entitled The Streets of Mos Espa, written by Jon Favreau and directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Wow, two regulars.
Yes. Well, Dave, what'd you think of the episode?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't like the part where a certain tribe got wiped out. That was jolting.
Yes, it was.
Boba takes the slowest transport he can find to get into the village, and while he's gone, all that happens. So that was a little disappointing. We don't know the true fate of everybody in the Tusken camp, but it doesn't look good.
No, not at all. John?
I have to agree, especially about that part. That was a little surprising. And seeing the way Boba has turned out, like, oh, I want to be just. It's like, when you see that happen, I kind of feel like that would take you the other route. Like, vengeance is mine, kind of, scorched earth. But maybe that's still coming. We don't know.
You know what the big problem is, too? Is that we gave so many points to the show about their cultural exploration.
Right.
Seeing what the downtrodden or minorities are like. And then they just wipe them out. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping they kind of come back around and show us, like, it wasn't everybody, but we'll see. But overall, I really did like this episode. Again, with the huts, I'm like, all you gotta do is take out, like, 2 of those people carrying that litter. And they're all going down like dominoes. I mean, of course, they might all be squished, but then the twins would have to walk or slither or whatever.
Yeah, I liked it, too. Like Dave said, the Tuscans was jolting, and then the hard left they took, because you kind of figured the Hutts were going to be the big storyline.
Yeah.
And dealing with them. But, oh, no, surprise. We just kind of laid them out there just for fan service.
Could be.
Fan service? I think there's different ideas of what fan service is. I've watched way too much anime to think that's fan service. But that's a whole nother story.
Right. I'm not quite sure what to think about our gang of modded teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh my God, could they be slower? I'm like, are they rascals? I mean, what is it? Pretty much like a store rascal of a motorcycle? Because they were going so slow.
Yeah, they're not the same as the speeders. I think the name of their group is called the Yellow Jackets. Inside joke?
Was that the female of the group?
Drash.
Yeah. Could she have been on?
She's on the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's where they got that from, yeah.
Yep. So, ratings. Steve, give it a rating, buddy. Let's hear it.
4 out of 5 cuddly rancors.
Wow.
I want one of them.
Yeah. I gave it 3 out of 5 emotionally complex creatures.
Aww.
Who'd have thunk that? To start with, our previous history with that thing was just a mindless creature that goes chomp chomp.
Yeah.
Well, I had to give it 4 out of 5 machetes because Danny Trejo, come on.
Yes.
When he was there, I'm like, he better speak. He's got to have more than just, I'm on the little transport. I was like so excited that he popped up. I'm like, and
Robert
Rodriguez. Get more.
Yeah. Oh, I think we will. Robert Rodriguez has directed so many of his movies that isn't funny. So, yeah, I expect to see Danny more, especially if Boba wants to ride that thing.
Oh my gosh, that whole thing. I know we're nowhere near that, but that was blowing up the internet. And there are a lot of people wondering if other characters are going to come back into play then.
Right.
Okay, so let's jump into our completely long-winded recap, shall we? Boba Fett must deal with 2 very different threats.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not giving away squat with that. I mean, it's even less than giving anything away. Oh my God.
So what do you guys think of the opening with that creepy spider thing skittering outside Jabba's palace?
I said, oh, look who it is.
Yeah.
Still walking out there in the middle of the desert.
I thought that was just kind of funny. And then, didn't it open with like basically the whole nature thing? Like, okay, the big one's going to eat you. It's like, oh, is this a little bit about what we're going to see next? That's what I was wondering.
The food chain scene that's a little later, that was pretty funny.
Yep, absolutely.
You should have had something come right out of the ground to eat the other one with the tongue.
Yeah. Just keep going,
I still think it is Jabba's palace from the opening scene when he switched to Jabba's palace. I'm like, oh, look at Jabba's palace.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still hard to call it Boba's palace.
Yeah. I wonder if they got 8D8 apologizing it to start he's kind of servile and he does his job, but I wonder if they'll get that 3PO or whatever that thing is that dodged the traffic during the chase scene to work as their what do they call that robot?
Official translator.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I was assuming that was coming next because, they were like, oh, we need one. And then they happened to show a protocol droid.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe he'll finally make his way in the next 3 episodes to work for Boba.
Yeah, I love how 8D8 opens his little dialogue there mentioning the sail barge disaster.
Yeah, a lot of people have been calling it something different. That's always, the barge is how I always remembered it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just getting Easter eggs out the wazoo here in this episode. That's for sure.
There's a Boomer reference in here someplace, Steve. I'll get to it if I can find it in my notes.
All right. Then we have North Appeal.
Any relation to Emma Peel? Oh, that was it. Right there.
Yes.
Boomer reference. Not as cute as Emma Peel.
No, not at all.
I like how he tried to maneuver Boba by saying, I have to tell you, you're getting no respect.
Yes, and you should be mad about that.
Yeah, I know.
I have to say, I love the memes that came out of this with him. It's like, somebody took my stapler.
Really?
It took a minute because I'm like, why do I know him? And then I seen that, I'm like, oh yeah.
Stephen
For
Root's
those who
awesome.
haven't seen Office Space, come on, go see it.
Yeah.
Wow, Stephen Root's older than I am. Just look at his bio. Oh, dude.
Pre-boomer reference.
Yeah, pre-boomer reference. I like how he tries to maneuver. First he said getting no respect, and he said there's a street gang out there stealing water. So as if he puts himself on the side of the law, and Boba should be representing the law since he's the daimo of the area. So there's that little bit of maneuvering right there.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking they were going to set it up to be that gang that was tagging everything before, that we had no idea what they were.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, they would have killed Emma Peel off long before.
Yeah.
So do you guys know anything about Drash and the gang?
What's to know?
Yeah.
I don't know, because somebody was super excited, because, yes, I don't know about the books or anything, that Drash popped up. And I have not seen anything about Drash.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Drash references.
Okay, so not just me. Maybe it was somebody else that they seen, but they're like, oh, if she's popping up, that means XYZ's popping up. And it's like, wait, who? What?
Yeah. Huh?
Like, please explain.
Yeah. No, didn't see anything of that either.
Okay.
But the whole gang goes out that evening to find this gang of hoodlums.
Yeah, poor Boba. He has to walk into town every time. I wonder how long the walk is. You should get a speeder or something.
You would think.
I'm surprised they don't at least have speeders. Or is he trying to be like, no, look at me. I can just walk on my own 2 feet. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
But Boba's palace seemed to be kind of like way off.
Yeah.
It's not a down the block walk. No.
I want Fennec Shan to go, what the F-bomb are we doing walking all this distance?
Dang, Barrett, we're walking again?
Or in the next episode, they're all walking, she shoots by in a speeder. See you idiots.
Well, he's still got his rocket pack, right? Like maybe he's zipping over there. He's like, I'll wait for you to catch up.
And he used it in this episode, finally.
Yeah.
Well, at least he discerns who's telling the truth and who's not.
Yes.
I mean, they totally dissed him, and he didn't like their tone, but he likes how tough they are. And then Peel comes out and complains, and it didn't take Boba long to figure out who's telling the truth and who isn't here.
Oh, yeah. When you charge him a month pay for a week's worth of water, that's just not right.
Take the 500 credits and walk away.
Yeah, and lower your rate.
Yeah.
That surprised me, and it makes me wonder if it's going to happen. Like, I don't know if he's going to actually be like, fine, I'll do it. Or if Boba's going to end up coming back and be like, all right, you know what? I gave you a warning. Yep. Now you're out of business, and then there's going to be a whole nother war happening.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he has the kids keep an eye on Lortha for a while to see if he actually does do what Boba told him to do.
Yeah. Lortha's peel is going to go whoever he thinks is winning. He'll stick his finger in the air to see who's winning.
Oh, absolutely. I wonder how bad he screwed Luke's uncle all those years ago.
Oh I wonder. Yeah, really trying to throw it back because I didn't even think about that. Good job. Connecting all of the dots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, those bikes were cool, but really didn't seem that sophisticated. All the mirrors were totally, I don't know, like something out of a Boomer reference. What is that Who album where they had the guy in the bike with tons of mirrors and everything. Right after that was that food chain scene that one animal eats after another. And then he goes into the flashback again. He goes back to the Bacta tank, right?
Yep, back to the Bacta tank.
And that's when he takes the Bantha into town. Jeepers Christ.
Right, all the way to Mos Eisley, not even to Mos Espa.
Yeah, really. Can you go any slower? I thought if you look at one of those above angle shots as he works his way through the desert, you can see the helicopter swirl in the sand as they take the shot. Usually you don't see stuff like that
What?
at all.
I didn't catch that. Damn it. Now I got to look again.
I thought a lot of those shots you might do with just a drone, but apparently that was a huge swirl. So you could tell there was a helicopter right up that, and they probably just looked at it and said, "Oh, screw it, we're not doing that shot again."
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, when we realize he's going to see the Pikes, and that's when we see what's her name in the background? What's her name, Steve? From The Mandalorian, she does all the repairs. She's got her little bots with her.
Peli Photo, yeah. I was so happy that we seen her. I'm like, I kind of wanted to hear her say something like, "Hurry up, we have customers," or something.
Yeah. So that was just a little background treat to connect the Mandalorian with this series, since they are right.
Yeah, I don't see it being any kind of plot point. I think that was just like, hey, see, she's been there a while.
Right.
And we're going to be back here soon. Ish, basically. But, whatever.
Right.
How did you feel about the whole thing with the Pike?
Well, it was hard to set with the reasons. Like, we're not going to pay 2 people for protection. You guys work it out, right? He was there collecting for the Tuskens of the Dune Sea. And the Kintan Striders are already paying tribute. Yeah. And then I thought there were, I guess, the other guys that are Nitko Sand Riders. I got a little confused there. Who's who?
Right.
I guess the Sand Riders are the guys on the bike.
Right.
Who are the Kitten Striders? And it seems like the same people. It didn't make sense of the 2 references there. But either way, the Pikes aren't going to pay tribute to 2. They're like, happy to do business, but not with 2 of you.
Right.
I feel like the Pikes didn't want to do business with anybody anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But major slap in the face when it's like, we could have just taken you out when we knocked the train over, basically. And being,
well, they must have known. I wonder if the Pikes knew. It's like, you're here, but we know what's going on in the deep background back at the camp. So,
ooh, interesting.
Yeah, that's why they was able to stand up to him, I guess, because the fix was in.
That really makes me wonder, like, if this was basically the setup from the Pikes. The Pikes are the ones who sent them, and they're like, okay, we're gonna just mess with them because we know he's not coming in fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Walking along on the biggest, slowest animal that there is on this planet.
Yep. And of course, Boba tells him, I will take care of it. You will not be hearing from that gang again.
But they had a snicker about that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you and your people aren't going to do squat until Boba probably goes all like crazy Terminator and takes them all out himself.
They could have ended Boba right then and there. Why not?
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe it's their way because the Pikes are gangsters that we've seen in past. It's all in the animated series, I believe. I don't know if they're in the book. Sorry, guys, I don't know any of that. But, maybe they're like, all right, hey, you know what? If he gets pissed off enough and takes a bunch of them out, that just helps us. Because they'll be
that seems to be everybody's game for this scenario.
Everybody destroy themselves?
Yeah. That's what the twins are hoping for.
Oh my gosh. This is just, we only have 7 episodes, okay? And this is just getting to this kind of big convoluted who is going to take out who, almost Game of Thrones level thing. And we're only 3 episodes in. And it's the backstory that's really the confusing part. So I'm wondering how the heck we're going to get through the 7 episodes and have it not be all convoluted.
Well, I hope they find a way to tie it up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's right.
We're going to have a red wedding in episode 7.
Or next episode. I mean, why not?
Yeah, it could be that too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dave, you're right. We did kind of have the Red Wedding, Steve.
Yeah.
He just wasn't present for it.
Yeah.
So we didn't hear the rains of Tatooine instead.
Yeah, because when we get back to the camp, there's not a single Tusken alive to be seen.
So jolting, so disappointing.
Yeah.
I liked them.
Yeah, because I really thought that, even though he gave the kids a job, boy, how helpful would it have been to have that whole Tusken group join Boba's forces?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Boba's fault they're dead too? Because he rallied them and trained them to fight the train and as tribute, so that's why they were targeted. So it's basically Boba's fault they're dead.
But they would have been dead anyway.
Right, because every time the train came by, it would have picked more of them off every time.
Yeah, well, I prefer that instead of the atom bomb.
All at once, yeah.
Yeah, so we know the chief's dead, that's for sure. We didn't see the warrior. I used to think that was the chief's wife, played by stuntwoman Joanna Bennett. Tusken warrior. We don't know if Tusken Kid's dead too, although we saw Boba toss that little stick onto the fire.
Yeah, a little daffy stick.
As we discussed off the air before that, I saw that all three of them have credit on IMDb for being in the episode. So does that mean they're dead in the episode?
I'm still
what's
wondering,
our favorites?
I would say, did we not actually see them though? Or did we see them, I thought, in the very beginning?
No, I don't think so. It's just implied.
Yes, but Steve, our favorite, he was going to say our favorite ideology, basically. If you don't see it happen on screen,
oh yeah, for sure.
Never trust that they're dead. Because what if, and here's a whole rabbit hole you can go down, they were trying to hide. So they took off the Tusken robes, so then they just looked like they were prisoners of the Tuskens, and those people took them. I mean, we don't know what the Tuskens look like. We kind of do, if you look at the comic book, because I think, Dave, you finally found that one picture.
Yeah, handsome fella.
But, I mean, other people don't know what they look like. So, hey, there's one way to try to get around it.
Yep.
They'll have you scratching your head for a while.
But
or they just took him prisoner,
Yeah, this sad flashback is then rudely interrupted as Boba is yanked out of the back to tank and Kirstan's about to lay a whooping on him.
Holy crap, that was hilarious. All of a sudden,
taking a bath here.
I was like, what happened? And then, just not what you want to see when you first wake up. Although I feel that's what I look like when I first wake up. I'm just saying.
Which one?
A little bit startled like Boba and a whole lot of cranky like Kirstan. So,
The biggest question here is how the heck did he get in? Is there a traitor? Right. Is there a traitor somewhere? Who would it be?
I was thinking somehow he was supposed to have climbed up on the balcony.
Like Romeo?
Well, nobody's up there paying attention.
Yeah, I don't think he walked through the front gate. That's for sure.
Maybe he had one of those garage door openers. We don't know.
He's standing out there and it's going like half an hour per hour. And good grief, I'm going to have to crawl and this thing is taking forever.
Yeah, well, what the twins, they probably had the schematic of the whole place. So,
yeah,
they just said, here, find your way in.
Like, there's a secret tunnel right here.
Yep.
Next to the other secret tunnel.
Where the Rancor Keeper used to go in and out of. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Definitely got caught with their pants down. First, the bikers arrive. There's a huge fight. And there's a lot of stabbing going on. Then the Gamorans arrive. And I hate it when they get hurt because they always go... I'm like, don't hurt the pig.
See, I wanted to know what took Fennec so long.
I don't know. She's in her own bubble bath or something.
Yeah.
She's like, damn it, I gotta get dressed. Hang on. I can't fight unless I'm fully armored up.
Yeah, really. Yeah, and then she opens up the pit. It's like any other show since 1920. You're conveniently standing in the right spot so you can hit the trap door.
Yep.
Sucker!
Did you notice Boba using the whistling bird missiles that we saw in Mandalorian Season 1?
Is that what he was using?
What? Yeah. I didn't catch that, no.
Yeah.
He was trying everything since he was getting his butt tossed all over the place.
He was not having any luck.
Boba underpants.
Yeah. And of course, Fennec, to get the trap door open, pulls a knife out of a secret compartment in the butt of her blaster rifle.
Yeah, awesome.
Which was also seen in Mandalorian Season 1.
Yeah.
So,
Nice throwback.
Yep.
Or throw forward. I mean, however you want to look at that.
And then we get to have a feast.
I was a little upset about the feast. I don't know about you guys. And I will say this, let me clarify. Not that he had all the food there, but why are those kids not there since they helped save his ass?
Right.
Yeah, I know. They're talking about family. You have a family. And they're like, okay, where are they?
Even as just, you guys did more than I expected. Eat your fill. No, they're going to keep bringing out like crap ton of weird ass looking food for the two of them. It's like, did that have tentacles? Was that moving? You know, that's what I was thinking when they're showing all the
chewing
food.
on some bird.
Yeah, well, she was saying with stuff that looked safe. I would have to agree. I mean, not like they got a refrigerator down there.
Right.
Like, we're gonna go.
And of course, Boba's like, this is too much. Why do they make so much?
Yeah.
And Fennec's just going, enjoy it. And you go, yeah, Fennec, like you're going to pig out and lose your shape and figure. Not happening.
Oh, she gets plenty of exercise. No problem.
Yeah.
It's all high protein. She's doing Atkins. It's fine.
And it's still Boba's fretting through the whole thing. I need to respond.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't long after that we saw the twins again. They came to apologize.
The very next morning.
Yeah.
And we actually heard the sister speak this time, not just the whisper that.
Yeah.
We got her actually speaking. I was surprised. It's like, oh, my bad kind of thing.
I was looking on Amazon the other day for that white mouse thing so you can mop your brow with it.
Right, yeah.
I had to get me one of those.
I was like, what is he using? Is that something he's going to eat? Then you see him wipe his brow. I was like, well, is he still going to eat it? I mean,
I know. If he eats it, he just lost his brow mop. I'm like, oh, damn it.
And
yeah.
No monkey lizard, though, anywhere. I kind of thought that was a hut thing.
Sadly, I wish they did.
And
so
I still love the guys, though, holding the litter and their knees kind of like,
oh, yeah.
Give out. I ain't going to make it.
So I thought the whole apology was pretty insincere. It's pretty obvious to me they just want everyone else to destroy themselves so they can just march right in.
Oh, yeah.
But he did get a Rancor out of it.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you call that? They're like, wasn't there a baby Rancor and you were showing us the pictures? Or was it you, Steve?
Yeah. I don't know if I called it, but you knew there was other Rancors out there.
Yep.
And then
we got a Danny Trejo sighting, too.
That was great.
I wonder if they're related. They kind of look the same. Sorry, Danny.
I love the story, though, when we get the Rancor down in the pit. It's like, oh, why is it blindfolded? I want to know how long it's been blindfolded for, too. Because when he says that they imprint on the first human they see, it's like, so have you had his eyes covered since he was born?
He said he's been training it for a long time.
Well, he kept it so he could train it.
Yeah. He kept it blinded?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Apparently
it's like,
so.
Good Lord.
I thought it was...
Like, I can't see. I've been in the dark all my life.
Wonder he's depressed.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we skipped over the part where Chrysanthemum was released.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked around like he couldn't believe it, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a smart idea.
He'll be back.
I think he will, too, but I think he'll probably start working for Boba.
You think?
Yeah, I could see it. That was Boba's parting words. Take it from an ex-bounty hunter. Don't work for scugholes.
Yeah, that's right.
Which we also heard on The Mandalorian. Yep.
Interesting.
It'd be nice to have him on our side, that's for sure.
Or at least not trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Danny, I don't know his name. He's Rancor Keeper. He called it a calf, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't that make it a female if it's a calf?
I thought it was just a baby then.
It is a boy, though. He did call it a male. So I thought that would be a different word if it was a boy. Like, I don't know, what's his name? Whatever the name is for a deer. Oh, never mind. Going down my own rabbit hole.
I'm like, what?
Oh, really? Which one is it, a boy or a girl?
Well, I love the fact that the Rancor Keeper, we're going to call him that, brought up about the witches of, is it Dathomir? I think it's Dathomir.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because we've seen them in Rebels and what was the other one? I forget the other animated series that they had, where they were a big part in with Star Wars. But does this mean that they're finally not just connecting the animated to it, but going to connect stuff that is going back into the book? Because apparently the witches were canon, but I think when they did something, then they were no longer canon. And does this mean they're back in the canon? It's like,
oh boy.
That's one of those things where it's like, it's in, it's out, it's in, it's out. What? it's not the hokey pokey. Just let me know where I'm supposed to follow. It's like,
Right. Yeah, I love how Boba says, "Oh, well, I've written these 10 times its size."
Like,
Say what?
A sandworm?
Yeah.
Maybe that dragon that the Mandalorian killed?
Yeah, maybe.
That thing was big.
Yep.
oh, yeah, that was huge. And I mean, technically, are you riding it when you go into its belly? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
could he possibly be referring to the animal from the 1978's infamously terrible Star Wars holiday special?
Oh,
I have never seen it. And apparently it's like impossible to find now. It's like
Yep.
that definitely is not supposed to be canon. Like they're trying to scrub that
Yeah.
from reality.
Yes.
Starting
but
to think
his,
Mandalorian effect. I
Yeah.
meant the Mandela effect. They're like trying to get rid of it. Be like, it never existed.
Yeah, but Boba's non-Canyon debut saw him riding a Politicus-esque Ithacodont far bigger than a Rancor. So,
okay.
yep, that's probably what he's talking about.
That's cute then.
Yeah.
I want to see him ride the Rancor monster though. Like instead of taking a litter into town, he's going to
It's
ride
gonna
the
be-
Rancor.
It's
Yeah.
got to be faster than a bantha.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
I would think so. So the next day, they got to pay the mayor a visit, and that doesn't go well.
Nope, I'm stiffed again.
Yep. And we get Fennec uttering dank ferret.
Yeah, I wrote that down in my notes too. Thank Barrick.
I'm going to have to remember that. That'll be my new like swear word that nobody understands.
Right. Absolutely. You got the kids out on their bikes sitting outside the mayor's office, just sitting there, and they see a speeder go by, and
The Cadillac or Lincoln Continental version.
yes, follow that car.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was a crazy chase. What did
Lots
you think
of
of them smashing through that Boba painting? Was that not a Boba painting?
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
it Boba? I thought it was Jabba. Jabba.
I mean, Jabba. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Jabba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Jabba
wait a
painting.
second. I just had like flashback for like every video game. It was like my cabbages, but that and
Yeah.
then the Blues Brothers. Like, didn't they end up going through
Yes.
something like that? It was
I was-
just it had that mall scene feel to me.
Speaking of rabbit holes, I wonder if the twins commissioned that painting because they were so sure they'd be back in business.
Oh,
Well, temporary-
maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, our girl Drash smashes down on the mayor's domo, and I finally catch him. Yay.
Yeah, with the
Good.
slowest, like I said, motorcycles ever.
Yeah. I think they tried to make it badass, but managed to hit everything, including valuable water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was more of a Keystone Cops chase scene.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Including that protocol droid.
Yeah.
Caught in the middle of traffic there.
That one droid pulling the rickshaw. And, oh, no.
Yeah, it's like I ain't getting hit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if you guys go out, but
Yeah.
I had to crack up though. It's like you literally have a vegetable stand in there that
Of
they're
course
running
they do.
into. It's like, oh my god, this is too
They're-
comical.
They were doing that on Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's like every chase scene out of video games and old movies. They threw it all in here, and I think they did it just to give everybody a laugh.
I guess
Because
so.
I swear to God, as we're watching it, I'm like, where the hell is Boba? Doesn't he have a jetpack? And Fennec, is she's like parkouring her way across? Is she going to jump on it? What is happening? Because that big ass, yeah, it's like a land yacht trying to maneuver around any corners. And the guy drove just horrible. Is it a stick shift and he didn't understand how to do this?
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh my God. It was just comical. You're right.
So then the Pikes arrive on the transport. What's on a transport is a Starliner.
Yeah.
More Pikes.
Were you
At
guys
least a
surprised they
dozen
didn't
of them.
show up on their own transport though? It's like, why are you taking commercial transport? I thought these were like,
Who knows?
a
Who
big
knows? Unless
alliance.
they're confident they can travel in anything with a problem. One of the bikers was there. Was it Scad? I don't know. His name could be Scad. He's because Boba says keep an eye on them. No.
Oh, sorry about
sorry.
that. No, that's
Okay.
fine. I'm good.
I love my eye. And then it pretty much closes with war. Then we'll be ready, and that was it.
Yep. There'll be more coming. So,
Yeah. What do you anticipate for the next episode? Any thoughts? How
I'm
many
assuming
episodes?
more
And-
Pike. There's 7.
Is there
Yeah.
7? Okay.
we got 4 more episodes. So,
Well,
So we're about
Well,
to
they-
hit,
they-
middle. Middle of the road.
Well, I'm not emotionally tied to the new biker gang at all. I was more emotionally tied to the Tusken Raiders. So I don't know who's going to die next, who they kill off. It better not be the Rancor.
Yeah.
No. The Rancor is going to be like a puppy at this point.
I know. He's going to have to ride it into battle for sure.
Yep.
What if those things eat huts? It's bigger. Maybe we'll see another food
they'll
chain
eat
thing.
pike.
Oh, yeah. Yum. Well, somebody has to have a
theory. I mean, it was so hard because we were going in one direction and we completely left turned it. So it's kind of hard to say, okay, are they going to hit us with another hard turn in the next episode? Something we aren't seeing or what?
I hope not, because it's just too jarring. I want to be invested in the show.
Right.
I don't want to see him pull the rug out from us every other episode. Because then you're like, okay, what do I care?
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I kind of expect they'll have to deal with a small army of pikes at first. And yeah, maybe we'll get to see the Rancor chewing up some pikes. And
whatever the name of that sand speeder gang is, the one that puts the two socks on everything, they paint the two socks. I can't.
Yes.
I don't know if the Nitco Sand Riders or
the matching socks game. Come on.
Yeah. Teton Striders, whichever one they are. Well, those guys definitely have to go down.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
He's got to get his vengeance for the Tuskens at least.
I wonder if there'll be a surprise bad guy that'll pop up. I wonder who it would be. Who's around still?
See, now that they're bringing people in from the animated series, I don't know. They're going to throw in, is Darth Maul still around? I don't know. No, wait. Depending on when this is, based on the animated series, he's gone, I think. But wait, because he was in the one movie. God, I don't know what the timeline is. I don't know where we are.
Well, Thawne's out there.
Yeah, Thawne's out there. Who else could it be?
Ahsoka is looking for him.
Right.
So do you think he'd pop up in all places Tatooine?
Why? They're going to have to string together a few reasons for him to go there.
Well, Gideon could even show up.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh,
yeah. He's out there, yeah.
There's just so many. I can't keep track. I told you I need a flow chart. It's like, who's still alive?
Did you guys see that?
When are we? And then let's go from there.
Did you see that Timothy Oliphant is back in the news?
Yes, but not as the Marshal.
Not as the Marshal. Well, isn't he a U.S. Marshal on Justified?
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back then. Technically, he is.
He has to be on
This is going to be weird to try to figure out who our big bad is since they keep switching it. Do you really think it's the Pikes? It's got to be more than the Pikes, too.
I think they're just players. Like the Hutts, they're just waiting for people to take out each other.
Right.
There has to be a master player that's pulling the strings. It's usually a big bad.
Yeah.
I would think we're going to get a big bad, so.
We'll find out it's the mayor. What?
Oh, mayor seems pretty wimpy.
Yeah, very. Well, any more thoughts on this episode?
Nope.
All right. Well, once again, we have some feedback from our friend Fred from the Netherlands. So let's hear what he thought about Chapter 3.
Hello, Sean, Steve, and Dave, and all listeners to the Fangirl Zone. This is Fred from the Netherlands with some feedback for the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 3. In the beginning of the episode, we see some animals around Jabba the Hutt palace, or should I say Lord Fett's palace. But that spider was a little peculiar with this bubble with red liquid in it. What was that? I really liked how he managed to get these youngsters, these young people without jobs to work for him. And they seem quite good, actually. Especially when you see how they chase the mayor's assistant. I think it was a very nice action sequence. And not to forget how they fought with the Wookiee. What is very sad in this episode is of course that his, village or encampment of sand people, Tusken, are all killed. Really, really awful. Especially because I was so enthusiastic in the previous podcast about that episode and the whole interaction between Boba Fett and the Tusken, and that they have learned a lot from each other. Okay, that will be all for Chapter 3. Greetings, all the best, Fred from the Netherlands.
Yeah, we couldn't agree more that it was a tragedy that the Tusken's village was destroyed, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was devastating.
Yep.
I still feel like something happened off screen. Maybe somebody survived. Maybe we'll find out. I'm holding out hope.
Yeah, that was something Dave thought too, was that it was a possibility that the lead warrior and the chieftain's kid made it out.
Join the gang. They could join the more muscle for the gang if that's true. That'd be great to see.
Yes, it would.
And we've seen that spider before. That's the second time we've seen that spider.
Yep, it is.
It is still weird, though.
Yes. Yeah. It's got like its own little aquarium hanging in the back.
Yeah.
Fred liked the biker gang, too. I was a little put off by the biker gang, but they're fine. They're fine.
They're kids. It's fine. Skaters,
yes,
bikers,
kids.
whatever.
I wonder if the actors from the Yellow Jackets will come back to reprise their role.
Let's see. What else did Fred have to say about this episode? Yeah, he thought the chase scene was okay. We were kind of so-so with it.
Yeah.
It was a slow speed chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're driving around town, can you really get it up to full speed?
Especially when you have like that land yacht that he's trying to get around corners.
Yes. That's like trying to drive a Cadillac like a Trans Am.
Through an alley.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred did intimate, like, he agreed with us that something's going on behind the scenes and someone else is pulling at least that someone might be pulling a string because they wiped out all those cousins so easily.
Right. Yes.
So maybe in these next few episodes, we'll find out who is the puppet master and whether it's Crimson Dawn or not.
Right.
I still think that's weird.
Yeah. Well, Fred, as always, we really appreciate your feedback and looking forward to hearing from you again.
Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts on each and every episode this season. Our deadline for feedback is 6 p.m. Eastern every Friday night during the season. You can send your feedback via email or audio to contact us at fangirlzone.com.
Please review and rate us on iTunes and any other platform you use for your podcasts with good ratings and reviews that help other fans of the show find us, as there are plenty of other Star Wars podcasts out there. Tell your friends, and I hope you're enjoying our podcast, and don't forget to check out the other great Fangirl Zone podcasts.
There are so many of our podcasts. You can check them out at www.fangirlzone.com. And speaking of all the other Star Wars podcasts out there, we, along with, I don't even know how many right now, there's so many, are going to be part of the Star Wars Podcast Day. So listen for all of us in February. Actually, on February 7th, we'll be talking more Star Wars podcast. And just so we can talk about a couple of them that are out there, there's a podcast that just sounds super interesting to me called Never Seen Star Wars, because really?
Yeah.
Never? It's like, it seems kind of strange to talk about stuff if you've never seen it.
Bragging about that?
Hey, it should be an interesting take. So, check that out. And there's a ton, and they're one of the many that'll be part of Star Wars Podcast Day. You can check out all of them over at, ready for this one, on Instagram, Star Wars Pod Day. So you'll see us along with a ton of them. We're going to be talking all things Star Wars, but mostly Boba Fett, because that's what we're doing right now. So
can we do it from a cantina?
We can. Blue milk on me. Woo! I wonder if we can get it like Dole Whip, though. Dole Whip. Anyway, for this episode of the Mudhorn Clan Cast,
I'm Steve. If you wish to continue breathing, I advise you to weigh your next words carefully.
I'm Sean, Fangirl S. And is that a really tiny fan that Sister Hut has, or is it just because she's really big?
Actually, it's big as a helicopter. You just can't tell. And I'm Beskar Dave, and I think I'm going to take my spear and go crash with Dash. I hear that Yellow Jacket has quite the stinger.
Oh, God.
There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone.